Okay, lesson 2.3b. This one's going to be longer than 2.3a. It is solving unusual. Again, you should be writing what I write. Unusual two-step equations. There are going to be several types. Again, like I said, I'm totally taking it easy on you. So, step 1, subtract 8. Subtract 8. These cancel. Notice how it's negative 3x that's left over. Negative 3x equals, go straight down, 29 minus 8 is 21. And then you divide by whatever number is in front of the variable. In this case, it's negative 3. Divide by negative 3. These cancel. You get x equals negative 7. Your turn. Again, like I said, make sure you have a calculator and use or check on the calculator. Alright, I did it, you do it. As long as you can do it one time correctly by yourself, we're going to call it good. Okay, next one. Very similar to the first one. These type of problems always trip students up. Okay, so this time we got a negative 4 in front. In order to cancel, I'm going to have to add 4. Add 4. So negative 4 and a positive 4 equals 0. And then what's left over is negative n. Negative n. Which really means whenever you see a variable without a number in front, it is a good idea when you're first learning to actually put a 1 in front of it like that. So then you know exactly, and you see with your eyeballs exactly what number is in front of the variable. Negative 12 plus 4. Again, negative 12 plus 4. I don't want you to take any chances. I want you to be 100% sure about your calculations. Equals negative 8. And then we are going to divide by the number in front of the variable, which this time is a negative 1. Negative 1. Cancel. N equals positive 8. Your turn. And next example. I told you this lesson is a little bit longer than the previous one. Number 5. Listen carefully how I say this. We got b divided by 8 equals, that's an ugly B, sorry about that. Oh shoot, my bad, not equals. Let's change this equal into a minus sign. Guess what happens? Man, you're tired. Your brain doesn't work as well. Okay. So let me say it one more time for you. B divided by 8 minus 2 equals 5. One more time. B divided by 8 minus 2. The last thing I said was minus 2, so I have to do the opposite of the last thing I said. The opposite of minus 2 is plus 2 plus 2. Minus 2 and a plus 2 cancels. Whatever didn't get canceled, you write it on the next line. B divided by 8. By the way, the fraction bar or division sign, whatever you want to call that, should be on the line, exactly on the line. Equals 5 plus 2 is 7. Next, this is tricky. That's why the lesson is called unusual two-step equation. It's actually not that unusual, but the way you show the work, the way you have to show the work in high school is very, very specific. Okay, so B divided by 8, the opposite of dividing by 8 is multiplying by 8. So you have to multiply both sides by 8. The way we want you to show multiplication in high school is with parentheses. So you're going to put parentheses around the thing that is getting multiplied. Notice where the 8 is located. It's on top of the line on your paper. Notice how both 8s are on the top of that line. Same level. Okay, and then you got 8 divided by 8, which cancels. B equal sign goes straight down. 8 times 7 is 56. Yeah. Your turn. Number 6. We're going to go with the letter C this time. C divided by 4 plus 3 equals negative 8. Make sure you are careful with your calculations. One more for this lesson. Did you check this out? It's gonna be very similar, but it is totally different. Similar, but totally different. B minus 2 divided by 8 equals 5. Totally different. Let me say it again. B minus 2 divided by 8. The last thing I said was divided by 8. You have to do the opposite of the last thing you said. So the opposite of dividing by 8 is multiplying by 8. Multiplying by 8. So I'm going to put 8 here and 8 here. Cancel. This time what's left over is B minus 2. Equal sign goes straight down. 8 times 5 is 40. And then the last step is adding 2. Because the opposite of minus 2 is adding 2. Voila. Minus 2, negative, or plus 2 cancels. B goes straight down. Equal sign. 40 plus 2 is 42. Yes! You must do this on line paper, not on a Word document. Unless you have an IEP that says, you are allowed to use computer to do your assignments. I want you to do it on paper. because it is very difficult to show the work, especially something like this, on a computer. So much easier to do it by hand. Your turn. This time I'm going to use the letter D. D plus 7 divided by I'm going to go with 4 equals negative 2. Again, use calculator. Be careful. That is the end of this lesson. So you need to do 4 problems. That's it. I don't know what else to do for you. It's like the minimum.